Hi, welcome back everyone. Today I am going to be doing an easy everyday drugstore look. I picked up a palette from Rimmel London when I was out, and if you are curious to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Thank you. Hi you guys, and welcome back. Today I am going to be doing a drugstore look on my eyes. I know that you guys were requesting more looks from the drugstore. I went ahead and did the rest of my complexion with all my normal products that I use, but I am going to be using the Magnificent Eyes, the Spiced Edition, and this is by Rimmel. So we're going to get started on that. I did already prime and set my eyes. I used my MAC paint pot like I always do, and I set it with my Hourglass setting powder. The first thing that I'm going to do, since I already did my complexion, is go ahead and put some powder underneath my eyes just in case there's any fallout. So I'm going to do that. And that just makes it so much easier for me to brush it off if there is any fallout from this. I've never used this palette. I haven't really used a lot by Rimmel. I've used some of their things, but not a whole lot. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go ahead and put this down and make sure that I can just brush it right away. I hope that you guys are all doing well. I am very excited because I am actually going to a masterclass tomorrow. I'm sorry, on Saturday in Orlando. So I'm very, very excited about that. And I'll give you more information on that as it gets closer and while I'm there and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead, and I don't know if this has, there are no actual names to any of these shadows on here. So I'm just going to point to the color because there are no names on the back of the palette. So I'm just going to first start out with this second color right here. It's like a light beige color, but it's a matte color. And I'm going to take that on my Wayne Goss. Let me wipe that off with my Vermona Quick Switch. This is the Wayne Goss number 18. And I'm just going to dip into that. Not a lot of kickback on that. You can see not much. And I'm going to tap it off. And then hopefully you guys can see. And I'm just going to put this all over. I know that you guys want to see an everyday look, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to the other eye. Do the same thing. And I'm gonna quickly grab my Morphe. There's no number, I rubbed the number off it, but it's a little pointed brush, and I'm gonna do the tops of my eyelid. Let me see what this color, oh my goodness, there's the first shade in there is this white shade right here. And let's see if you can see this. Yeah, it's super white. Actually reminds me of the white shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm going to just take that right on my brow bone and bring that out, and then I will blend that out as we go, and then if I need to go back and brighten that up at the end, I will. That's not so bad. I was expecting it to be a lot more stark. So I'm just gonna go back into that second color that we just used, or actually the first color that we used, the second color in the palette, and I'm actually going to mix it with the fourth color over right here, and just barely tap in there and go right back over what I just did. So windshield wiper and circular motions from the inside to the outside. I hope you guys can see that okay. I have a new setup here that I'm trying out, and we will see how this turns out, and if I need to tweak it, I will. I think getting a different mirror may be helpful though. Let me try it this way. Okay, yeah, that'll be better. Okay, so I'm just going to start from the outside like I always do, holding my brush toward the end because that gives me the most control and the most light-handed application. Okay, I just want to make sure that it's even. I think I need a little bit more of that brown on this side. And there is definitely some, it's not really fallout, but it kind of poofs a lot. I don't know if that's going to pick up on camera or not, but I'm still tapping it and it's still poofing a lot. So one thing, I mean, if you have this or you pick it up, one thing to keep in mind is definitely tap that off a lot so that you don't get like a spray out to the side of that color. But otherwise, excuse me, otherwise I think the pigmentation is really pretty. And we're going to go right on to the next color. I'm going to take my Wayne Goss number 19. Let me use that real quick on my Vera Mona. Yep. And I am going to take, let's see, 2, 4, 6, the 6th shade in right here. It's showing a little bit more burnt orangey, but it's more of a, it's not quite terracotta. It's just a little bit of a deeper brown. Let me see if it'll show up on my hand. Yeah, it's definitely pulling a little bit more to the red tone than it is a orangey. So maybe no, it's not really terracotta. But anyway, I'm going to take that color and I'll put that right here on the outside. And see if I get anything. I didn't get much out of that. Let's try that again. Okay, it's starting to build up. And then I'm going to take that right into my crease. That's pretty. All right, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So right on the outer, yeah, you can see, outer corner there. And then once there's not a lot left, taking it all the way from the inside out. And as always with my hooded eyes, you'll see that I keep my eyes open almost all the time when I'm blending so that I'm able to see the placement of the shadow as I'm applying it. And I don't want this to be a very sharp look on the outside. I'm not doing a wing or anything like that for an everyday look. So I'm just doing circles right here on the end. All right, I'm going to go back into that color one more time and just deepen that up a little bit more in that outer corner and then in my crease. And then again, like I said, over here, I'm just doing circles because I'm not going to be making a sharp wing on the outside. Definitely not something that I do on a daily basis anyway. All right, next I am going to take the, let's do like a bronzy-ish kind of look. This is a little bit of a, it's bronze with a little bit of pink to it, I would say. So it's right here. Let's swatch it real quick and see what happens. That's pretty good. That was just, you saw, that was one little swatch. So I'm going to take it first without any setting spray or anything. I'm just going to take it straight from the pan. And it gives me quite a bit just from that. Still going to knock that off just because, and when I do knock it off, quite a bit came off. So we're going to just put that all over our entire lid. That does not give much payoff at all. So I am going to go ahead and use my Milani Make It Last setting spray, and I'm going to give that a little spray. And we'll see if this helps it by putting that on there. Oh yeah, it does a lot. Very pretty. And I'm going to take that all the way up to my crease and all the way out to the outer corner. It goes on really smooth. It's not choppy or anything like that, so no complaints there. I'll put a little bit more on. This is actually a really pretty color. It pulls quite a bit more red than what I was expecting it to. It's pretty. All right, I'm gonna do the other side. So I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna put some of that Milani setting spray on it. And we'll do the exact same thing to the other eye. So that is incredible when you use the setting spray. That performs very, very well. Night and day compared to without the setting spray. I was getting nothing without the setting spray. Okay. All right, and then I'm just going to put a little bit more like I did on the other eye. A little bit more setting spray. And this isn't a foiled or a glittery shadow or anything like that. It's more of a satin. But it's very pretty. And I like these colors with my green eyes. These are the colors that I really like. Now, right next to it is an even lighter shade. I would say maybe 2 shades lighter. And we're going to put that on the inner corner. I'm just going to use the other side. That way, if I need to blend, all I have to do to blend is take this side and dab over this side, which has the lighter color. So I'm going to take the lighter color and put it in the inner corner. That didn't really... Let's see. Yeah, those colors are so similar that there's no contrast there. So I am just going to put that very first color that we used right back on top. And we will try a different color to see if we can make that. And it's kind of bunching up a little bit. Can you see where it's doing that? Whereas on this eye, it didn't at all. But when I tried to put that second color, and I'm getting a lot of fallout from that one as well. So instead, let's try and grab my Wayne Goss number 19, which was my blending brush. And I am going to dip into the third color from the end right here. And it's just a little bit of a deeper chocolate brown. And I'm just going to take that again right here on the, this time I'm just going to like touch it like that instead of, because I'm getting a lot of fallout now. Just going to try and deepen that outside up some. It's okay. Let's try this side. And again, I'm going to just touch it on there rather than start blending right away because I want to try and limit that fallout. I'm very glad I put that hourglass down. And then I'm going to blend above this. Okay. All right, now for the inner corner, I'm going to take my Makeup Geek, and it's just a little pointed brush, and I'm going to actually go back to that white color because that was definitely white. I'm just going to take it on my hand, though, and take quite a bit off. And I'm going to, wow, I have to dust off that. That fallout is bad. I may even have to put more setting powder down before I do my under eye, because that is a lot of fallout. We'll see. I'm gonna take this and put it on my inner corner. That's really pretty. That is a very pretty color. Super icy. And again, I'm using my hand to just kind of take some of that off. Okay. Put a little bit more of that right here. I want to be careful with it because this color is definitely pigmented. All right, I'm going to go back into the crease and just try and deepen that up a little bit more. I think I'm going to take this, just going to mix the two colors that we already used and see if I can deepen that up some. Okay. And again, a lot of fallout. Okay, well, that's all right. The look is still really pretty. So, and like I said, we're just going for an everyday look here, so it doesn't need to be anything spectacular. Overall, I mean, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I used 7 of the shades. I think this was like $8.99 or something like that, and you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You get 12 shades. I'm guessing that if let me just try this. I'm going to take a little bit on my finger. Yeah, it really just doesn't add much to it as far as the colors are just too similar to really make any much, to make much of a difference. So there's not really a color in there that you could add to the inner corner or even to the center of your eye to give it like that pop or a halo. Or if you wanted to do the inner corner, which is what I had originally intended to do, that inner corner, there's not a lot of options for that. Now, I am going to take my highlighter brush. I'm going to tap that off. And let's just see. Yeah, it's pretty for a highlight, that's for sure. So, the white color in here is pretty, it's not powdery by any means. I'm not like super duper impressed with it, but it's not a bad palette. I'm gonna take my Marc Jacobs brown eyeliner, but of course you can use any eyeliner that you want. And I am just going to line my waterline. Any brown liner will do. I love my Marc Jacobs because they stay. You guys know that those are my favorite. Okay. Now, to do my top, I'm going to have to use the other, because I have to use both hands to do the top. So let's see. Are you still going to be able to see me? I think so. All right. I'm just going to go right along my waterline. I mean, my tight line. I'm sorry, you guys. And like I said, we're not doing a wing liner because this is just an easy everyday look. And I'm going to run it on my tight line. That made a difference, just doing that. That looks good. All right, I'm going to do the other eye real fast. And this doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to go over top of it with a dark brown to lock it in. And I do that with almost all of my shadows. I'm sorry, all of my eyeliners. I'll take a color that is similar. And this color actually is called, I think it's called like Earthquake or something like that. Right, yeah, Earthquake. But I'll do that with almost all of my eyeliners, especially if I'm doing a bride or a wedding or any kind of a large event. I will do that because if you set it, it's just going to make it last so much longer. Man, there's not really a dark brown in here. So I'm going to take the two darkest colors right here on the end, this color and the purple, and I'm going to mix those together and try and create a darker. And yeah, if you can see, that kind of gave me a dark taupe-ish color. So I'm going to take that and just stamp it right along my lash line to set that. I'll pick a little bit more up from what I put on my hand. And I will do that a lot. If I don't have the shade that I want or that's perfect for what I need, then I will mix colors on the back of my hand or on my palette or whatever it is and create something as close as I can. Just like you would, or just like an artist would with their paints on their palette. I do the same thing with the makeup. Now I'm going to take that same color that I just made and I'm going to go up underneath my waterline, just like I did on my tight line. And if you're finding that the eyeliner in your waterline doesn't stay, like I said, I don't have that problem because I use these eyeliners. But if you have that problem, all you have to do is take your shadow, whatever it is, the color, and you can actually stamp right on your waterline like that, and it'll set it to where it'll stay all day as well. All right, let me do the same thing to this eye. Okay, and then this is not everybody's everyday look, but for me, I always blow my water or my bottom waterline out. That's just something that I do. So I'm going to take both of those brown colors that we used earlier, and I'm just going to go right underneath and blend that down. Do the same thing to the other eye. Okay. I still think that I want to go back into that reddish kind of color. I hope I don't regret this since I didn't put anything underneath. But I want to bring this a little bit higher because of my hooded eyes. That, I like that much better. See how much bigger that eye looks automatically because I've lifted that up? So I'm going to do the same thing on this eye. Okay. Yeah, that's nice and even. Good, I like that. Okay, so that was a very quick eye look. If I hadn't been talking and explaining what I was doing, I could have that done in probably 5 minutes. Quickly, I am going to put my glue on my lashes and I will be right back. Okay, I've got the glue on my lashes, so I'm going to go ahead and put those on. And like I said, to put false lashes on, it's always easier to have a mirror and look down when applying them. And having the tool always helps too. And I use this one. Just make sure I've got that on the outside, which is where I like to apply mine first. I know a lot of people start in the middle, but I like to make sure that I've got it lined up correctly on the outside, because I know if I get it right there, that the rest of it is going to line up with no problem. I need to look into a bigger mirror to be able to see this. And these are just the Ardell. And I believe they're called the Ardell Wispies. And then I can use my mirror for this. I just take my tool and I go right behind it. And like I've always told you, be very, very careful not to pinch your actual skin. And I just take it and pinch my natural lashes to the falsies. And make sure that they're pushed up, because you don't want your lashes to be pushed out. Make sure that stays. Which it is. I am so excited. Any of you that follow me on social media know that over the Labor Day weekend, I placed a order with Gerard Cosmetics because they had their buy one get one free, and I placed a big order to get some of their new lipsticks and a few other things. And I'm actually, and I know that you've seen me use it before, but my favorite lipstick by them is the color 1995. I love that color. I've used it in a couple of my videos. And I ordered, this is probably my third or fourth that I've had. And because they had the sale, I went ahead and ordered more. And right after I did that, I found out that I had been accepted into the Gerard affiliate program. So there will be a link in my description. And anytime you guys use that link, then I get, they get notified that you guys have used my link to purchase something. And the program isn't exactly set in stone exactly how it's going to work, but I know that I will get a % of that sale, which is super incredible that they are doing this for such small YouTubers and Instagram. They are really setting a precedent, and I'm pretty sure that Makeup Geek is looking into doing something similar as well. I'm just so grateful to Jen and Gerard Cosmetics for doing that for those of us that are small. She's created a whole community that we can go to and talk with other makeup artists that are smaller, you know, not on the huge scale of some of the other ones. And it's fun. It's a nice community. They're all eager. We are all learning from each other, and it's a nice place to be. So I'm super grateful to Jen and Gerard Cosmetics for doing this and really changing the game for what it has been for so long as far as influencers go. So I'm very excited about that. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure how the program will work. For sure, This is brand new. They just started it. But I will list my code, my affiliate link in the bottom of my videos. And I'm just very grateful that they're doing that. So I am actually going to be using two colors today. I'm going to use 1995, and I love this color. I love it so much. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of Buttercup and put it right in the center. That's pretty. I like that together. Okay, finally, the last thing I'm going to do is put on some mascara, and I am just using the Essence Lash Princess. This is one of my favorite mascaras of all time, regardless of when I'm doing a drugstore look or not. I love this mascara. I think it's great. And I'm just going to put a little bit just to blend my lashes together. And of course, I mean, on a daily basis, you know, you don't have to wear false lashes. This look would have been just as pretty without lashes. But that is one of the things that I get sent most in my DM next to everyday looks, is how to apply lashes. So I wanted to make sure that I do this a few times. You know that in my day-to-day, I do not wear false lashes because I use the Lilash, and I feel like my lashes are, you know, good enough. Only if I'm going to an event or doing something like that will I put false lashes on. But because that is something that you guys have asked for over and over, I wanted to do it a few times in my videos, and then that way, if anybody asks about it, I can always say, go back to this video or that video, and they'll be able to see it there. Now, I got a little bit of mascara right underneath, right there. Leave that alone. Don't mess with it. What we'll do, this one eyelash is wanting to come apart and give me problems. There we go. I'm going to totally let that dry, and then once it's dry, I'll fix it. So the last thing that I want to do is just take my blush brush, because where I had that, the Hourglass powder, I brushed off a little bit of my blush. And what did I use for my blush? I used the NYX Ombre blush in the color Nude to Me. And it looks like this. That's what I used for that. And I think other than I just used my regular products that I typically use. And then for my highlight, I actually used the color that was in this palette. I don't know what I did with my highlighter brush. I was going to touch that up, but maybe I won't. Oh well. And I'm going to grab my Dior to do the underneath. And the only reason I'm using this for the underneath is because my Essence Princess Lash is brand new, so it's still super duper wet, which is why it's transferring on me. And this is much drier. So to do my underneath, I'm going to use this. I usually use my MAC Gigalash, but I am out of that, and I am going to try, Clinique has one as well, and I'm going to try that next. I did just place a huge order with Sephora and Ulta, and I have a big unboxing to do to show you guys what all I got. But now that I am going to be going out of town for this masterclass that I'm taking on Saturday, I am not exactly sure when I will get to do that. So for the Ulta sales, just make sure that you're following my Instagram. If there is a really, really good deal that they're having that day, I will definitely post it on my Instagram and on my Twitter. and both of those are at Makeup by Mandy B. Okay. All right, so now that that has had a chance to dry underneath, what I would typically do is take like one of my throwaway spoolies, but they're all in my freelance kit because I just had a job. So I'm just going to wipe off the end of a new, I tried this new NYX micro brow today. So I'm just going to wipe that off, and all you have to do is go right under there and just like that. And do you see how it just completely took it away? So without messing any of your makeup up or anything at all, just that tiny little bit took it right away. And I'm just going to run my little blush brush or powder brush underneath of that. Okay. And that is it. Let me let my hair down here. And I already set my brows. I used my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Oh, the only thing that I need to do is go ahead and set my face. So I am using that Milani. And I'm going to have to use a card because I have my fan packed up to go with me. That is apparently a mask I just did because I'm flinging stuff all over. So let's try that again. Okay. There we go. All right, so that is the finished drugstore look. Again, I used the Rimmel London Magnificent Spiced Edition. I thought it was decent. It didn't wow me, but for I think $6.99, whatever it was, is definitely good. And I think I was able to get a really pretty everyday look. Simple. It didn't take long to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, as always, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought, if you enjoyed this, what you want to see next. And I just want to thank you guys for all of your support. Because of you guys, you're the ones that make these opportunities possible for myself and for other influencers and people that just love makeup. And makeup artists in general. So I want to thank all of you for your continued support and always reaching out to me and letting me know that you are rooting for me. I appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I just want you to know that I appreciate it a lot. So thank you so much for watching. I look forward to the next video. Like I said, I think the next one will be my unboxing. I have several new palettes that I want to go over. I am also going to be doing a giveaway, so make sure you leave me a comment in my comment section. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, there are no such thing as disabilities, only different abilities. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and God bless.